And a very good morning to you both, and thank you for coming in. I want to start with you, Jean. So,
morning, Tembekile.
The Constitutional Court says Felix Tshisekedi was indeed the winner. Martin Fayulu still not convinced. Where to next for the DRC?
Well, where to next, Tembekile? I truly regret what is happening in my country. We know that those elections were not those that we were waiting for. There were so much irregularities. However, I do believe that there's a time where we do not need to linger over the past. And we can take precedence for that, like in South Africa when you had that apartheid, and then the leaders of the ANC moved forward, had those truth and reconciliation, so that today you have the South Africa that you have today, and we are all benefiting from it. So my call to Martin Fayulu would be, first of all, let's respect the Constitutional Court, which is the highest court in the country, despite the fact that it is also a captured court, but it's still the law of the country, and they're all claiming to bring the law. So for me today, we congratulate Felix Tshisekedi, and we hope that he will yield the country towards development, stability, and peace.
Joe Kisenge, let me come to you. So, Jean says the Constitutional Court is captured, to use South African terms. The Electoral Commission, CENI, in the DRC also has issues around its credibility. How then do the people of the DRC begin to unite behind the results that have now, A, pronounced by the Electoral Commission, now confirmed by the Constitutional Court, given the questions around the credibility of both institutions?
My understanding is that it's time now for the Congolese people to unite and move their country forward. I personally believe that the election were rigged, but I'm putting my country first.
Putting your country first, Martin Fayulu is not singing from the same hymn sheet, Jean. He's saying the Congolese must take to the streets and protest. And if that does indeed happen, who will then step in to bring them together? Does Felix Tshisekedi, as the man who the Electoral Commission and the court say is the rightful president-elect, does he have the power to unite the Congolese?
Well, Tembekile, let me tell you frankly, this Congolese saga has been going on for so long. Since 1960 that we have this division, and it does not benefit the Congolese people. If truly Martin Fayulu is a leader, this is the time to make peace with his brother. Because, for instance, we have Congolese people that have been dying for the past 20 years. And we said that Kabila was the wrong person. Today, Kabila is stepping down and is leaving the country to the Congolese people. They go to church, they are Christian. The people that are going to die when they go in the street are Congolese citizens. It's certainly not the politicians who usually are barricaded behind closed doors. So for me now, my call to Martin Fayulu, who comes from the same province with me, people would understand that I would support him. But I'm supporting Congo. As the younger brother said, we are all for the Congo peace and stability. There's no time now. We need to build the country so that tomorrow our children can go back to the country and live peacefully.
But Joe, what kind of foundation is that for a country to build when you would essentially have a president in office who has people who doubt his legitimacy, people who say, and even though he's denied this, who believe that he colluded with the former President Joseph Kabila to secure the seat?
My understanding is that it's important for the Congolese people to move forward. I would have voted, given an opportunity for Martin Fayulu, because I believe in his expertise. But right now, I'm putting my country first. The ruling of the Constitutional Court is final and not disputable. So it's important for all the Congolese to unite behind President Felix Tshisekedi and move the country forward.
Okay, Jean, quickly, Joseph Kabila leaving, if Tshisekedi indeed takes over this week as president on Tuesday, that's the expectation. Do you expect that Joseph Kabila will be made to face some sort of trial for the various rights abuses that he's been accused of and the state corruption that many say he's overseen in the DRC over the almost 2 decades that he was in power?
If really we want to establish a country where the rule of law is applied and implemented, it is important that Felix Tshisekedi should be bold enough to bring about the rule of law that his father fought for many years, 32 years during Mobutu regime. And now that he has been bequeathed this legacy, he has to do whatever it takes so that Kabila and his regime be brought in front of the courts. That is my call, because I could not be sitting in this country going and confronting Kabila at the presidential guest house and risk my life for not seeing Kabila tomorrow in the courts. I could not understand that young men in this country were in jail fighting for the rights for the Congolese to live peacefully, that today is going to forsake that. So for my call to the President Felix Tshisekedi, congratulating him, but again calling him to bring justice in our country so that we would pave and cement the way forward for our country. I will tell you, my personal life, I've got children that come from both sides. So I'm not going to cut my child and say go to the Kasai province and mine go to the Bandundu province, because this is the divide to conquer that they are fueling is going to destroy that country that is already to ashes.
Jean Bossa, Joe Kitenge, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you for the opportunity.
That was Africa analyst Jean Bossa and Congolese national Joe Kitenge speaking to us on the latest from the DRC.